Hi guys, welcome to Rio, Brazil. Finally made it here last night, but before I get to that, because literally I'm just gonna catch you up on the rest of my stay in Chile. I haven't done anything yet here. So last I talked to you guys, I was in Pisco Elqui, and after we pretty much hiked back down, we ended up finding this kind of like abandoned house on the way down. I don't know what it used to be, but actually it looks like it was pretty nice. I don't know if it was like a rental or something like that, but anyways, kind of just checked it out, and in the back there was this really cool tree house, so kind of exploring that, climbed up there because I always wanted a tree house. I still want one. So that was cool, like little random thing we found along the way. And then later in the evening, we made pizza from scratch actually. My host made the crust, so I would say that was the hardest part, but it came out pretty good actually. So homemade pizza. Some of her friends came from La Serena, anyways, and stayed the night. So we hung out with them and drank Pisco and just hung out pretty much listening to music and stuff. And then the next day we explored a bit more. So we went to Pisco Elqui, which is, I guess you'd say, like the main little touristy village. There's a lot of villages throughout the valley. So we walked around there. It's really cute, hippie, lots of like painted walls and things like that. They had a little fair, artisan fair in the main plaza and stuff, so checked that out, pretty much walked around that area. And then later we went to these waterfalls called Luz de Luna waterfalls. So anyways, that was really cool. Didn't even know there were waterfalls there. So walked around that area, checked it out a bit with the waterfalls and the river and everything. And then afterwards, we went to this brewery called Guayacan Brewery in Dieguitas, I think is the name of the village. Hopefully you can hear me with the plane flying overhead. Anyways, went there for dinner, had burgers and beer, and it was actually pretty cool because I had tried that beer when I was in Villarrica, and I just saw it at the supermarket and decided to grab a couple and try it with my host. So I actually got to go to the brewery, which is pretty cool. And then afterwards we stopped in Vicuña, which is like the main, pretty much the main village there in the valley. I guess it sounds weird calling it the valley, but anyways. So check that out. Because it was actually a holiday on Tuesday, I think that was yesterday. So there were more things going on. Like usually they were saying there's not all those fairs and things, but there was more going on because of that. So also checked out that plaza where the church is, and this tower that I think they got from the Germans, I want to say, was given to them. And yeah, just walked around. It was already like dark, so checked that out, more artisan stuff. And then afterwards we finished driving to La Serena, which is where I was going to take the bus. Went to the bus terminal, and pretty much by that point it was already late, so all the buses were leaving like super late at night, so that they would arrive early in the morning. So I decided to take the cheapest bus, which left at almost 1 in the morning, which meant I had a few hours. So I hung out with them a bit longer, and then we explored La Serena a little bit, which is on the coast. So pretty much they drove to where they have like La Serena, the big letters on the beach, walked over there, and just walked around a little bit, like not too much. But that was the rest of my stay there. And then basically took the night bus to Santiago. So before I forget, I'll get to Santiago, but a few other things I forgot to mention previously or learned in addition to the last things I've mentioned. So in the 70s, Chile had a dictatorship. So anyways, I learned a little bit about that and how terrible it was at the time and just the situation and everything, but it's pretty incredible considering that these days, Chile has the best economy, at least in all of South America. I don't know how it compares to Central, but I would say even like of all of Latin America. So pretty incredible. They've come a long way. You can definitely see it traveling there. Like I loved it, and it's a lot of beautiful places to see. It's way more organized and structured than a lot of other Latin American countries. Although I would say I've noticed that in general in the south of South America versus the north of South America. So anyways, just interesting there to learn about like the history and how far it's come today. Some more words. Taco in Chile is traffic jam. Like other places you'd say tapon, or there's lots of different words, but that's what they say. Guata is stomach or belly, like panza you'd say in other places. Also carabineros they use for cops, so policía in other places, as well as, well, a few other things. I've noticed they eat cream cheese there. I wouldn't say everywhere, but like I haven't seen that anywhere else. Like actual cream cheese that we eat, as far as like cream cheese and bagel style, without the bagels. But it's really good because I haven't had that, I think, like, I don't know, my whole trip or most of it, at least not in Latin America. Another thing they also call homemade bread is pan amasado instead of pan casero. So a few side notes there. The rest of the stay in Santiago is good but short because I was flying out the next day. So I actually ended up staying this time when I went back with friends of mine that I met living in the Residencia in Buenos Aires in 2005. So another blast from the past. It was really awesome. One of my roommates, actually, my first year studying there, she's Chilean, and so she actually ended up marrying a guy from the Residencia, so I also knew, because the same year, who's Ecuadorian, and they've been living in Santiago for years and years now. So I haven't seen them since 2009. Actually, last time in Brazil, we went to our other roommate's wedding. So it was really cool seeing them, catching up, staying with them. The day I got in, I explored Santiago a bit more. I went to Cerró San Cristobal, which is actually the 4th largest urban park in the whole world. And within the last year, I didn't know it was so recent, but they built a funicular and a cable car going up to the mountain. Unfortunately, the line was super long, so it took forever to get up there. But anyways, eventually I made it up there, got to see the sunset. They have like a big statue of one of the virgins on the top of the mountain, as well as some crosses along the way, and you just get more views of the city, which is nice as always, even though there's always fog. So did that, and then went to the Sky Costanera, which is this really tall building, like actually in the mall, but same area or whatever, you go through it. 62 floors to the top. It's actually the tallest observation deck in all of Latin America. So went up there and got to see the night views of the city, which was really amazing. Anyways, did that. That was that last full day, checking out Santiago a little bit more. And then later I went with my friends out to dinner. So had a nice meal, drank wine, and then later went back to their place and hung out some more, caught up, drank more wine. So anyways, it was really nice just catching up and hanging out. And then the next day before I flew out, we walked around a little bit more. I don't remember actually that reminds me. On my way to Cerró San Cristobal, I walked through their neighborhood there called Bella Vista, which is also really nice. Also really like painted a lot, and restaurants, stuff like that, nice area. And then with them, walked around a bit more. I don't remember the name of that area, but also a cute area with like an artisan fair. And then we got some ice cream, which is supposed to be the best ice cream there. Don't remember the name right now, but it comes in like a pink cup. So that was good. And then walked along the Florestal, which is one of the main parks there. So that was my last day. They took me to the airport. Ended up actually having burgers there that were really good. Probably like the best ones I've had in a while, surprisingly, even though I was at the airport. Flew in last night, got into Rio, found a couch, as in couch surfing, last minute, lives far away, but I made my way out there eventually last night. And that pretty much brings me up to where I am now, today. In Botafogo, I believe is the name of this area. I might have forgotten. I've been to Rio 2 times before this, actually. So I'm not as like concerned about trying to see everything because I feel like I've done a lot of that before. But I found a flight here, so this is a starting point. Not really sure where I'm going from here. Probably stay a couple days or something and then try to head north. So let me catch you up, or not catch you up, show you the views, and then I'll say goodbye. anyways, you can see some of the buildings along the coast. The famous Sugarloaf Mountain. Unfortunately, it's not a sunny day today, but at least I don't feel too bad about making it out here late because I didn't really miss too much of the weather. I was hoping I would get to hang out on the beach in a bathing suit, but not yet. And there you can see is Christ Redeemer in the background on the top of the mountain. Anyways, that's all for now. Possibly we'll do another video from Rio before heading out, but we will see what happens. I will catch you guys up soon. Talk to you later. Bye.